Hey everybody, welcome to the Brainal podcast. This is episode 40 and today is August 31st, 2016. I'm Jepi and Coffee.
And I'm Good Coffee.
And today it's just quite an intimate session, I would say. Right, Coffee?
Oh yeah, this is just about me and you.
Yes.
And our listeners.
And our listeners.
Let me light a candle real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh. Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
Okay.
So we're going to go through some pretty quick news, but I did want to take the opportunity for there to be, because just me and you, to talk about things that only me and you would talk about relative to the rest of the Brainal crew. We could do that later. You cool with that?
Okay. Yeah, it sounds good.
All right. So, first things first, tomorrow, September 1st, there is supposed to be a Nintendo Direct that is 3DS focused. Do you have any idea or any predictions as to what this could be about?
I am honestly clueless. I mean, I don't think it's Pokemon because they've already done up a bunch of Pokemon stuff, so maybe there'll be some more information for that new IP from the creators of Secret of Mana. I forget the name of it.
Oh, it's something Oasis. Is it Ever Oasis?
Yeah, Forever Oasis?
Something like
or
that.
Ever Oasis? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a possibility, and I don't know, they might have some more words on Dragon Quest.
Possibly. I mean, all I've heard so far is Dragon Quest 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I could have sworn they did say, I mean, I might be making this up in my head, but I could have sworn they did say that Dragon Quest 8 was supposed to come out this year. And the year is, you know what's so funny, man? Hold up. It's just a side note. It's about to be September, yet a part of me kind of skips ahead, and I already think it's already the end of the year. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
That's so strange now that I think about it. But we still got some time. Because I usually think, I block off the last few months as the holiday season, more or less when it comes to games. And, I mean, September and... Dang, well, September.
But you don't put it in the pumpkin spice latte and Ugg boots category.
No.
Oh, okay, just making sure.
But I do this weird thing. I don't know if you do this as well, but for some reason in my heart, May is considered the beginning of summer for me. I know it's not, and August to me is the beginning of fall. Just as August sounds like a fall month, but as far as where I live, I think August it might be the hottest, or where I say we live, the hottest month of the year, right?
Oh, jeez, yeah, it is. It's awful.
It's just strange, and but either way, So some Dragon Quest news would be nice. We do have a week from tomorrow. We do have the new Ace Attorney game coming out. I'm very excited about that.
That's called, what is that called? What's the subtitle for that again?
Oh, shoot. I don't know. Spirit something?
Spirit Tracks, no.
The reason why I don't know is because I have been on a personal media blackout. So I don't know really anything about the game. I'm just excited for it.
What are you trying to avoid?
Just story spoilers or whatever,
Oh, for Phoenix, right?
Yeah, I don't even know if there's a new character. I'm assuming this is following in the timeline. So Athena should still be in there, I'm assuming.
Athena Sykes.
Yeah, but I mean, outside of that, I know nothing of... I don't know anything new. But I don't want to keep talking about that because... I know you haven't finished Dual Destinies, so I don't want to...
Correct.
Yeah, spoil anything. But either way, what else could there be talking about? I would really like them to announce the other Ace Attorney game, the one in the 1800s. Because apparently it's already out in Japan. It's been out for a while.
I wonder how it's been doing.
I have no idea. What else could there be?
I have no idea, frankly. Awesome. I mean, they just revealed the new 3DS, right?
The Galaxy one?
Yeah. that kind of looked like a cheap sticker, but you know.
I'm trying to remember what. Man, I was just thinking of one off the top of my head. There's a game I was thinking of. Dang, what else? They might show the new Professor Layton or a Layton game. Man, I
feel like it has to be something bigger, dude. Like, I mean,
something maybe unannounced.
Yeah, something in the to spark up the holiday season a little bit, because there's not a whole lot going on. Let's be honest, in this holiday season, aside from Pokemon, which will probably sell 1 billion. And no small thanks to Pokemon Go doing so well.
Is Yokai Watch 2 supposed to come out this year or next year? I really don't know.
I don't know.
Man, I was just thinking of something, and I can't remember for the life of me what it is. They might, I don't know, they might pull out a weird, announce more new Super Nintendo games, or the Virtual Console. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen. But yeah, I'm actually kind of looking forward to that. I really have no expectations at all. So,
yeah.
Either way. Other stuff in the news. So, Konami has announced the Metal Gear Solid 5, the definitive experience, coming out sometime in October.
It's not definitive if it doesn't have Mission 51, so get out of here with that crap. But that's what I'm saying.
I think I just read a headline, I think it was Polygon, quoting Konami saying that the ending is not missing Metal Gear Solid 5. So, I don't know.
Huh?
But it's going to retail for $50. Comes with Ground Zeroes, Phantom Pain, and Metal Gear Online. You know, I've never tried Metal Gear Online.
Me neither. Well, I tried it a little bit for 4, if that counts. It was alright.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, or just certain multiplayer. Let me put it this way. If I'm playing the game, I haven't really truly thought this through, but right now my gut is saying if I am mainly playing a game for the story, and the gameplay is cool, but if the story is the main driver, I probably would not really care too much for multiplayer. If the core gameplay is really good, then I'll probably play multiplayer on it. What comes to mind is Uncharted.
Yeah, Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the multiplayer for Uncharted is actually pretty fun.
Well, yeah, I did play a couple matches, but I mean, I'm not dying to play it again.
You aren't.
Right.
Well, I am. I actually got to go do it right now. No.
Later.
But peace.
Peace.
My brother podcast.
Later.
All right.
But yeah, I think even if the whole Kojima thing didn't happen with Konami, I think this was inevitable anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually kind of surprised. Well, I don't know. I'm kind of surprised they haven't done any DLC for Phantom Pain, now that I think about it. But of course they're not going to, because they're not going to develop anything new based off of that. They're not going to touch that, other than Metal Gear Survive, which ironically I think is going to Metal Gear die very quickly.
Yeah. Ugh.
Barf. Yeah. I would like you, Coffee, to tell me about this Dark Souls 3 DLC coming out.
I actually have not even seen the trailer. I just know it's there. So
you know what it's called?
You're gonna have to look somewhere else.
Well, the DLC is called Ashes of Ariandel.
Yeah.
Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yeah, you are. I do actually remember hearing the name. That's correct.
The price is going to be $14.99 plus tax, obviously, and it's supposed to come out October 25th. Outside of that, I know nothing, but that leads me to something that we talked about today, as far as my last week or last couple days, and we will talk more about that later on. But now's not the time. Let's see what else.
PS Plus games.
Sure, go for it.
Okay, so we got PS Plus games. Journey this month.
Mm-hmm.
And what's that other one? It's an
Lords of the
RPG. Yeah, yeah. I don't know much about
Neither
that game.
do
I
I.
think
Neither do I.
think it's supposed to be a little bit like Dark Souls, supposedly, as far as the gameplay. So I mean, it's free, as far as PS Plus goes, it's free. But I'll probably give that a shot, just see what it's like.
Yeah.
But they got a couple other games coming for it too, but nothing really big besides those.
Yeah, I don't even know what's coming for PS3. Do you know?
Let's see.
Well, if you don't know, you don't know. It's fine. I mean, nothing stood out.
Yeah, I know there was a Prince of Persia in there somewhere.
Oh, please don't tell me it's one of those side scrollers. Come on, Sony, you could do better. What happened to the Gun days or the
right.
Outlast, right?
It's
Fury was
Prince
cool.
of Persia: The Forgotten Sands.
Oh,
which
wait.
I don't really know anything about.
Forgotten Sands. I don't know either. That doesn't. I don't know. Don't quote me. I might be completely wrong. That doesn't sound like it's a side-scrolling one. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I forgot about those sands.
Datura. I have no idea what Datura is.
I don't know either.
I think the Badlands.
I don't know Badlands.
Yeah.
And
some game called Amnesia Memories for PS Vita.
Has nothing to do with amnesia, right?
No. I think it's oh geez. I think it's one of those games where you are it's a dating sim, but it's for girls. So that's cool.
Yeah.
If I mean I won't play that, but for the girls out there.
Cool.
Could be pretty fun, maybe. Anyway.
What was announced a few days ago, coming out September 20th, is a current gen console and PC, from what I understand. No, not PC. Couldn't have been PC. Current gen console port of Dear Esther, and for anyone who's watched the gameplays, the Brainal plays on YouTube, I have played Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, which was what was made first? Dear Esther was made before Machine for Pigs, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And then they probably worked on Everybody's Gone to the Rapture after Machine for Pigs. That's such a strange... I don't really know much about Dear Esther, but, I mean, going from... I don't know if Dear Esther is horror or whatever, but going from that to horror and then to Everybody's Gone to the Rapture is incredible. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Dear Esther is a game I've always wanted to play. I don't like playing personally. I'm not a mouse and keyboard type of gamer. I prefer consoles. It's just the way it is for me. I'm looking forward to it.
Very good. Yeah, I did. I actually do have it on Steam, but I didn't get very far into it. Maybe I'll give it another look.
Here's the thing. I do too.
There you go.
But yeah, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just about playing on a console for me. I don't know. It's the stupidest. It's the most illogical reason, but it's just for me. It's what feels right. It feels official if I'm playing with either PlayStation controller or Xbox controller. And I know you can hook that up to the PC. I'll put it this way. I feel, for the most part, that there are so many variables when it comes to PC gaming that I don't have the best of the best. I know you don't need the best of the best, especially for a game that old.
No.
But there's just something about knowing this is the version that's out on the console, and this is what the developers have agreed upon is a good representation, and I'm okay with that.
I hear you for sure. I had that trouble playing Ori and the Blind Forest. I don't have an
you're
Xbox.
playing on PC?
And I was playing on PC, hooked it up to my TV, but I was having some lag while I was playing, and that bothered me, especially since it was on the TV, and I was playing with a controller, so it made it feel like I was playing on a console.
Suck.
And it was lagging, and I was just so.
And just on the lookout, there have been talks. I haven't looked up much about this, but it's coming out September 22nd. There have been talks as a game called Virginia. Have you heard about this game?
I have not.
So the
I
reason
have no
why
idea.
I feel like this game, I would love this game, is because um, everybody is referencing Twin Peaks. And for those
Ooh.
of you who don't know, I am a huge Twin Peaks fan. And apparently this, I have seen a couple screenshots. Low res is crap. But everybody keeps referencing that. So I feel like this is definitely blipping on my radar right now. It is coming out for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. I think there's a trial or a demo out for PC now, but I'm going to wait.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but I'm definitely gonna check that out when that comes. But I mean, outside of that, that was all the major news. Oh wait, other major news. I don't know the details about this, but apparently, so many people were so dissatisfied with No Man's Sky that, um, not just through PlayStation, but I think Steam and Amazon are offering uh, refunds, full refunds. You heard about this?
Oh wow, that's gotta hurt the developers.
Yeah, but
Ooh.
I feel I don't know where I really have no idea. But I don't know if the developers have pushed for this because they felt like they misled people. From what I understand, the major misleading stems from the multiplayer aspect of the
Mm-hmm.
game. People,
What multiplayer aspect?
right? So I guess maybe you know what I think it was. Man, I'm trying to remember. It was one of those old trailers. I think from E3 2015, maybe I don't know, but I could have sworn I saw a trailer where it showed somebody meeting up with another person on a planet and they fly off together, right?
Mm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think that's really in the game as of
Possible.
yet.
No.
So I think they are smart if I'll put it this way, if they are taking the initiative to offer refunds, especially on the grounds of being misleading, misleading marketing, I guess. Um, I think that's smart of them because if not, this is something that they could sue, like consumers can sue,
Mm.
and that would be
Wow.
horrible. But
I, I,
it's unfortunate. But I mean, me personally, I'm enjoying the game. I know Frozen's enjoying the game like crazy. I think a lot of people are, but it if you misrepresented, you misrepresented. You can't. I'm glad they're
true.
owning up to it.
It feels like, a lot of games fall victim to their own hype. They really do. And I feel that the hype level was so ridiculous for this game that it didn't really matter how good the game was. It's going to disappoint some people.
Yeah, but no. Here's the thing, though.
But no, they misrepresented
Yeah, that's
what
different
was
from
going to be in
hype.
there.
Yeah,
I agree.
the last time I heard about anything like this, and it wasn't even misrepresentation, it was just so buggy, was the, speaking of which, we could talk about later if you want, Arkham Knight on PC.
Oh,
I
I heard that
remember
was bad, yeah.
yeah, they offered a lot of refunds. If your game is just broken, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Misrepresented, that can make sense too. But if the game is disappointing, I don't think that warrants a refund. You know.
No, no.
But it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of people have been comparing No Man's Sky with Destiny. Like when Destiny first came out, it was. I don't know if it was so much misrepresented, but people thought, or maybe it was. I don't even know. But a lot of people thought it was missing some substantial content, namely the story, and felt bare bones. But over time, Bungie has really fixed Destiny into something very worthwhile to play. And I'm hoping No Man's Sky developer Hello Games, I'm hoping they take the initiative to. I their reputation is really at stake. So I think that they would do everything they can to make sure this game, at least over time, that people won't remember the launch so much as the game will be in the future. Like, yeah, here's the matchmaking you want, here's the multiplayer you want, here's whatever. But either way, I mean, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all the news that I want to talk about. Is there anything that you want to talk about outside of what we've been playing?
No, it looks like Pokemon Go is starting to die out a little bit, though. I've noticed that. That's about it. Apparently, they're down about 12 million players.
From what?
From where they were at. I don't know exactly where they were at before, but there's still quite a few players playing, but it's certainly started to lose popularity.
Okay, we had some technical difficulties and we had to take a little bit of a break, but now we're back. I think the last thing we were talking about was just Pokemon Go.
Yeah, it's falling apart.
Yeah, it's all good, whatever. They'll figure something out. Not too worried about it.
Nah.
So, outside of that, let's talk about what we've been playing. Why don't you start first?
Okay.
Yeah, you go first.
All right. Well, I started on Arkham Knight yesterday. I forgot how much I love those games.
How long has it been since you played City?
When it came out.
Dang, when was that? I don't even remember when that was.
It's been a while.
Maybe it was like 2011?
2000 late. I don't remember, dude.
Man.
I just remember that I knew I liked those games. I just didn't remember to the extent that I liked them, and it's all come back to me. Really like the Batmobile. Like you said, it's a little wonky as far as the controls for some of the missions for the Batmobile. But
yeah,
other than that, I'm really enjoying just the atmosphere and everything that's going on so far. And I'm thinking about picking up that DLC, the $9.99 pack against the 4 villains.
I looked at that today, and I was just you talking about Arkham Knight really got me reinvigorated into it. Again, I haven't played it since it came out in launch. I did beat it, but yeah, just here when we talked about it earlier, just at how I forgot how much of a living city Gotham feels like with how Rocksteady has built that world. It's just
Oh yeah. And do you think you're gonna get that DLC as well?
I might give it a few weeks just to see if there's any sale coming up.
Okay.
You know how PSN is sometimes. They'll have the most random flash sale, but we'll see. It might get me hyped up for Arkham VR, which is coming out, I think, in a month and a half. So I might do that. I did see just on PSN the reviews, and it has, I think, very close, if not 5 stars. Just that specific thing you were talking about.
The DLC?
Cool. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, looking forward to trying it. Obviously, I don't know if I should, probably beat the game first. I don't know if it spoils any of that lore. I haven't really looked.
But didn't you tell me that the missions would have been incorporated into the main campaign?
Yes, they are, but I don't know if it touches any of the other stuff that's going on in the background. So I don't know how that works.
I could try and look it up possibly for you and then let you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd appreciate that.
The one thing I really did enjoy about Arkham Knight was how, if you remember Arkham City, yes, it was open world, but a good portion of the actual Arkham City, it was flooded,
Correct, yeah.
And it's cool to see a full functioning city, which is pretty awesome. and how
It is.
seamless it is to go from one to the other.
It's fun to traverse through the town, and that's a problem for me in a lot of open world games. I get bored quickly, but with the speed of being able to go from one place to the other, and just his diving abilities, and just the Batmobile. I mean, there's a bajillion different ways to get around, and it's just a lot of fun. So makes me hyped for Spider-Man.
I don't remember exactly how this was set up, but I think Arkham City could still be seen from Arkham Knight. I think if you look in a certain direction, you can actually see where you were in Arkham City. I might be wrong. I thought I read something like that, but
That's pretty cool.
yeah, Spider-Man. Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, Spider-Man. I'm down.
Spider-Man.
I've never played any of the previous Spider-Man games. I remember hearing that I think it was Spider-Man 2 for PS2. I think was considered a very good game at the time, and Beanox, developer that's usually behind most of the Spider-Man games, are not helming this one. We all know it's Insomniac, which is cool. Remember, I thought it was Sucker Punch, but it was Insomniac. Yeah, but I'm very stoked. Insomniac is so strange of a developer for me because the last 4 games that I'm thinking of, including Spider-Man, you had obviously the Ratchet and Clank series, and they did that Ratchet and Clank that just came out, which has had amazing reviews apparently. They did Song of the Deep, published by Game Trust, which is GameStop's company, and then they did Sunset Overdrive, which is an Xbox One exclusive.
Yeah.
And now they're doing Spider-Man, which is a Sony exclusive.
They also did
I can't tell if they're
though.
being whores or I don't know, but they remind me a lot of as far as how they get around. They remind me a lot of Platinum, actually.
Yeah.
But
they get around a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, the other game I've been playing is I booted up the Metroid Prime trilogy on my Wii U. Felt like going back to that just because there was an embarrassing moment where I was wanting to play a Metroid Prime game so badly that I was tempted to get Federation Force, but then I stepped back and checked myself.
Which, for the record, for any of you listening, we are not knocking the game. We haven't played it. But
no,
after months and months of saying how we would not play it, you got really weak at one point.
I got incredibly weak.
I feel like what might have spurned it on was playing the Metroid 2 remake and then Axiom Verge, and then
yes, that's exactly
talk of Federation Force. I'm glad you went the Metroid Prime route.
Yeah, I feel safer with this option.
So, for those who don't know, the Metroid Prime trilogy is SD, a standard definition port of obviously Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3. So basically, the what's great about the trilogy is obviously you get all 3 games, and you get the most. Well, if this to you is a
excuse me,
a positive or negative, but you get the motion controls of Metroid Prime 3.
I think it's an option. I don't think you have to do it. I think you could choose.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think so. Oh my God. I could be wrong.
Anyway, but the cool thing is Metroid Prime 1 and 2, they get widescreen, right?
And achievements.
Oh, yeah, but achievements don't mean crap with Nintendo.
I mean, it unlocks like gallery stuff, I think.
Well, that's worth it then, I think.
Yeah.
But the one glaring omission, the one thing that really pissed me off, was you don't get the opening to Metroid Prime as far as the menu and the music, right?
Oh, the music, yeah.
And that really bugs me because it would be... I remember booting up Metroid Prime for GameCube, and that being the first thing I hear and what I see, the opening little cinematic.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And that I can't believe they left that out.
Yeah, I'm a little salty.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Now I'm salty about it. Thank
I'm
you.
sorry.
No, it's okay.
Um, but yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
enjoying it all over again. Maybe I'll actually beat Metroid Prime 2 this time.
I okay. I do remember getting to the final boss.
I got to the
I
very
do not
end,
remember beating it though.
and then I think there was a certain amount of orbs or some collectathon stuff you had to do at the end, and I just couldn't find them, or was getting frustrated, or I don't remember. I don't remember.
What
I
else?
just remember Metroid Fusion came out at the same time, and they had that cross-play. Man, I miss a good 2D Metroid. I know that's not really your bag, but that's some good stuff.
Well, after playing Ori, I, I would definitely be down to play a 2D Metroid. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, I've never played um, Super Metroid. I have played Metroid 2 for the Game Boy. I don't remember playing any other Metroids, to be honest. 2D. Um,
That's a sin right there.
But, yep. Yeah. What are you going to do?
Straight up.
What else have you been playing?
That's it. I mean, besides, a little Overwatch here and there, that's about it.
So we had a discussion today earlier. So with the help of a couple of my friends, I've gotten back into Bloodborne, and I remember talking to you. I pretty much wrote it off. Not that I did not like the game, nor did I think it was bad, but I think the words I used when we talked about it. And for those who don't know, Coffee is huge Miyazaki fan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you love Bloodborne. And Dark Souls, right? And Dark Souls 3. I'm not saying they like Dark Souls 2, but either way. But I think I told you I just didn't think it was for me, you know?
Yeah, that is how you put it.
And my friends kind of really wanted me to try it again, and they said they promised to help me out. And over the course of hours, not a crap ton, but of hours, we got through several of the major areas, and it was incredible. That's an incredible game. I finally got to the part where the blood moon is out, so I see the first major transition of the sky and the time of day. Even the hunter's dream looks different, and it's like, dang, what's going on? I would like to ask you for a tip. So I'm just gonna ask you. So a little bit ago, I just tried to go.
Just earlier today?
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried to, like, about an hour and a half ago or something. I tried to go to. I was in that forest with a little village, and
Sure.
I tried to go to the back entrance, I think it's called, of the clinic. And I remember going in a cave, and I saw this. Essentially, it's a lake, and the water of the lake it built up my frenzy. So I didn't go in there, and I did see snakes in there, and I saw these giants. I killed one giant. I had a lot of blood echoes. I didn't want to just lose them, so I did go back and I did, level up. So, how would you suggest I approach? First off, how do I, if I can, decrease my sensitivity to frenzy, and what is the best way, if you know the area of which I'm speaking, right? It was, if you remember, where the village with the wooden houses in the forest.
Oh, yes, it's in the water with the snake things.
Correct. Yeah.
And there's some giants. Yeah.
So what do you, how do you suggest I either, how would I approach? I don't even know where to go because I'm so afraid to even go into the lake.
I don't think it's I think it might be poison.
Oh, poison.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I must be getting
poison.
the icons. Wait, frenzy's a spiral.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw a skull.
Yeah, that's poison.
So if I Oh, then that's not too bad. I could just keep popping antidotes, I guess, when I need to, right?
Yeah, yeah, you could keep healing yourself. It's not
But the
too bad. No.
snakes, yeah, okay. I'll see what I can do now that I know that.
But to answer your question, there are some the rune words, I guess, the runes that you could put on, like the ones that increase your amount of like flasks and not flasks, but the blood.
Yeah, the vials.
The vials. That's the word I was looking for. Uh, they could give you some frenzy resist, and there's some gear you could use that can increase your frenzy resist, but for the most part, frenzy is just a huge pain in the butt. A lot of people complain about that stat because it's a little unfair. I mean, it could get a little out of hand later on, but it's doable. You'll be all right.
Okay, well now that I know it's poison, it might that does answer my question really.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Good.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite boss that you've encountered so far, if I might ask?
Are we including hunters or no?
We are including hunters.
Dang, I honestly, as of now, it might be. I forgot her name. The wolf lady I was talking about.
Vicar Amelia?
I think so.
Amelia?
The reason why she's my favorite so far is because this is gonna sound so messed up, but I think you guys would understand why I'm looking forward to Agony. Just the fact that when she attacks you, she has these crazy screams that really make me think just how horrific that is. That alone, I really enjoyed. My favorite, I think my most frustrating one was the witches, because the way you have to handle them was a pain.
Oh yeah.
But I do love the area of the witches a lot because it's so tucked away. I love that. I love the fact that there are optional bosses. If I wish I could see a detailed model of the world of Battleborn. How, and not just that.
You don't want to see the world of Battleborn there. Jepi.
No, sorry, Bloodborne. Bloodborne. Yes, all these BB things. There's Bloodborne, Bound, Braid,
Battleblade.
Battleborn. What do people like? Borderlands. All that stuff. That's crazy.
Anyway.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. What else? I have also been looking forward to, or not looking forward to it, but what I've been playing. I just started tonight. Dishonored. I'm playing the definitive edition. Never played the original.
What do you think?
It was on sale on PSN a few weeks ago. That game. Man, how can I say? Just playing the opening of that game, and then I really enjoyed. I'm not typically fond of first-person stealth games. I like to see my character and know how exposed they are, And at first I thought, not especially, but it's published by Bethesda, but at first I thought it would play a little bit, I'm not saying like Skyrim, but just a first-person combat I'm not the biggest fan of. The closest thing I've liked that wasn't really a shooter is BioShock. But I was very pleasantly surprised at how BioShock-esque this felt.
I was actually about to ask you about it. It has quite a BioShock vibe, doesn't it?
Yeah, in the best way possible, and more or less pertaining to BioShock Infinite. Slightly aesthetically, the characters, the art style.
The wailing's really cool. The wailing theme.
I don't know what that is. So.
How long have you played?
I played about like 20 minutes, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, and another thing I didn't expect that worked so well is just the fluidity. How fast you can move, and I didn't feel like I was playing Skyrim where I felt clunky. I felt very swift. And I felt like I could react quick, and I liked that a lot. I thought that was really cool. And then the on-screen indicators, I think, are well done to the point that I think I'm going to enjoy this. Yes, I've been playing that. What else? We played a little bit of No Man's Sky, and then it crashed on me, so I haven't played that in a while. But I just downloaded a new patch that should have fixed that. Ah, crap. Played more Bound. I'm really enjoying that. Played a little bit more Abzu. Played more Inside. Inside is getting.
What about any of the Witness?
Have not played anymore. Yeah, we weren't able to meet this week to play, and it's very frustrating because I need to know. I need to know what happens. I have to, because there's something I gotta figure out that I can't even speak about it. But yes, that game. I know there's probably something else I'm forgetting, but
You mentioned Inside really quick.
yeah. So Inside makes Limbo look like a prototype.
Okay.
Yeah, Inside looks like it makes it seem like, again, I've not been Inside yet, but if I were to watch if Limbo didn't exist, and if I were to watch the behind the scenes of how we made Inside, I would imagine somebody made Limbo first as a pet project, and then from there Inside, stem from that idea. Again, I love Limbo, but what I'm really speaking to is how much they've expanded the scope of a game like Limbo, and the context is kind of crazy. Without spoiling anything, I have just played through a sequence where, let's just say, I go down an elevation. I'll put it that way. I didn't expect to do it in that manner, and it was nuts. What's strange is, so you still play a boy, and the background, I don't know how to describe it, but the setting is kind of crazy and may seem random, but there are parts to it where it feels like there's a huge school. Because you'll see, it's not really spoiling anything, but you'll see like a swimming pool that's been emptied. You'll see locker rooms, and I'm wondering if this is supposed to be the same spiritual boy that you played in Limbo. Again, I'm speculating at this point because I don't really know what happens, but I'm wondering if Limbo were this kid's perspective, really dark perspective of just going through childhood, maybe elementary school, then Inside feels like high school.
I get you.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy, but amazing.
Good though.
Yes, I would say. You got to kind of have the stomach for it because there's certain things that are just a little crazy. But if you can handle something like Bloodborne, then I don't think you'll have a problem at all with the Inside.
Yeah.
So far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Dang. On top of that, I can't really think of anything else. I did want to ask you a question. So, end of November, Final Fantasy 15 is coming out. I was toying around with the idea of, and please no spoilers, okay, of possibly playing Final Fantasy 6. I've never played that game beforehand to get myself hyped up for 15.
I think you should do it.
Now, time-wise, how much would that require me? Is that comparable to like Chrono Trigger?
There's
I know that those two games are set up very differently.
How to answer this question. I would say Final Fantasy VI is a little bit longer. I think you could clear Chrono Trigger in about 15 to 20 hours. Right. And
just one go through, right? The first go through,
yeah. And I think Final Fantasy VI you could beat in probably about 35 hours.
Damn. I'll work on it. One reason why I wanted to do that was because I wanted to not just get myself hyped up, but I wanted to not miss out that I probably have missed out on before. Any connections between these games, either thematically or Easter eggs or whatever.
Sure.
I do know that the villain of 6, I think it's Kefka. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would like to know if there are any little other references that, I would appreciate if I played. So I think I'm gonna do it.
You should. It's one of the most beloved classic RPGs of all time. So I mean, you have to go into it realizing that this game was so amazing for its time, and
Yeah, but I feel like the recent, um, you know, these indie games coming out that are
sure,
fairly retro, like Undertale or whatever,
sure,
I think
and
would.
I am Setsuna.
Yeah, I feel like I would be okay with that. I feel like I would appreciate that more than see how dated this is.
Cool.
I don't think I'll view this as being dated. I think I'll view
Good.
it as being classic. Yeah, so I'm excited.
Very cool. Are you gonna get the original cartridge?
I have it. Yeah, I got that and complete a box with Super Mario RPG complete a box. And I'm
Wow.
playing a Retron. This is a little while ago, and I knew I wanted in the future to play it. Um, but I saw
up.
on eBay. I know that game could go pretty high, but the deal that this guy was asking was pretty. It was a solid deal, I think. So, yeah.
That's good.
So
That's cool.
I'm excited.
I'm excited for you, man. You'll have to tell me what you think.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I definitely will. But yeah, as far as what we've been playing, that's pretty much it. I think. Obviously, Frozen couldn't be here tonight. I don't really have a question of the week because the Frozen was going to be here, but because of the tropical storm that's going through Florida, he didn't want to. Ironically, he didn't want to risk his power going out. Yeah,
That's
Coffee had
comedy.
his internet go down a little bit.
Anyway, yep.
That's fine.
He transferred it to me.
But one thing I wanted to talk to you about was just really quickly, just run down a Persona, right? I want people to know how much you've shown me as far as the world of JRPGs. That's not the absolute mainstream world, and so for those who don't know, I have never played an Atlas RPG before, and when Coffee and I started hanging out, you are obviously way more knowledgeable with JRPGs than I am, and you said, because I would ask you like what RPG should I play, and I always felt bad that I never played Chrono Trigger, so you said play that first, and I did on the DS. It was fantastic. And then you said after Chrono Trigger you have to play Persona 4, and I forgot if I had a Vita at the time or not, but
I think you picked one up soon after. I think we did a little bit of Silent Hill Book of Memories, if I recall.
yeah, which
correctly.
we haven't even.
No, I don't even know where that game is anymore.
But just so people know, Coffee, I owe a lot to you, Coffee. You introduced me to 999, right? And you see where that took me.
Yeah.
You talked to me about Danganronpa, even though you haven't played it, but what you heard.
I have now, but yes.
But at the time, right? You mentioned that franchise to me first. I remember that was incredible. Chrono Trigger, I knew that was solid, but Persona, I've never tried before. And I have an affinity for murder mysteries, and I have an affinity for not as hardcore as most people, but anime. And you nailed it on the head. If for those of you who have never played any Persona game, first off, I think Persona 4 is worth getting a Vita for, just alone. Persona 4 Golden specifically. And the characterization of that game, I not just everything about that game is amazing.
Nanako.
Nanako, yeah. The combat system is good. I didn't like in the beginning the idea of the dungeons being, I think they're randomly generated, correct?
Correct, yes.
Yeah, I didn't like that idea. I didn't like at first the layout of the dungeons, but I'm telling you, the characters, the fact that when you are in combat, there's banter between the characters, and you can like team up attacks and stuff like that. I felt like,
You're hanging with your friends, dude.
yeah, and the fact that there's so much dialogue, but it's all voice acted. At least in the golden version, was the original Persona 4 voice acted?
Correct. Yeah, yeah. But they added tons of more dialogue and well, just they added a whole lot of content. For example, the ski trip wasn't at all in the original. For
Right, I
example,
remember you telling me. What about the camp? Was the camp?
the camp was yes.
Okay. So the idea that the you have the and you told me about it on paper first. I still trusted you, but at first I didn't understand how it would be cool because I think your very first pitch to me about Persona, I remember you said, um, it's kind of it's like during the day you're in high school and you have to socialize and you build relationships. And I never
Yeah.
really get my time.
Yeah.
Okay, and then now you battle, and then you actually again. I knew I had to play the whole game to understand, but you brought your Vita over. I remember, and you loaded up. I'll never forget what it was. You loaded up. It was Persona, and you're like, "Here, try it out." And for some reason, the first thing I ended up trying was fishing, and I didn't understand it. And I'm like, okay, I don't think I'm seeing the best part of this yet, nor do I understand, but that was my first impression of the game. But it wasn't until I just started playing it from the beginning, and the setup of the story. It was crazy. And Igor being the first thing I see, I was like, what the crap?
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
crazy, but
yeah.
that is going to be one of my favorite RPGs of all time, and I'm so thankful I get to be on board for Persona 5 upon launch, and thanks to you, and the idea that the fact that these core Persona games are so far and few between as far as how much time has
Oh yeah.
gone between them. This is a big event, and you've been talking to me about Persona 5 for at least 3 years at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Persona 5 might be second only to Kingdom Hearts 3 and maybe third to Last Guardian, as it's been long overdue.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But the difference is The Last Guardian has had a troubled development cycle.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Persona 5 has not. I feel like they've been working on it nonstop to get it this good,
True, and I feel like Catherine was a prototype kind of for what kind of how they wanted the
Yeah, that's what else it was. I
aesthetics to
played
look.
Catherine. I loved Catherine, and you told me that it was the from the same team or same people.
Yeah, same group.
Yeah,
Same group.
that's so cool.
It actually came out in 2008, the original
Persona 4?
Persona 4. So it's
8 years.
8 years, yeah.
No, it might be. Do you know which month? It might be 9.
It came out in December,
Okay, all right. So yeah, we're looking about.
so it was
8
almost
years, a little bit over
2009.
8 years.
It was the very end of the PS2's life cycle. I actually think the PS3 had just come out.
I'm very glad they decided to port this to PS4.
Oh,
Persona
me
5.
too. Me too.
Yeah. God knows how many hours it's going to take to beat.
All the hours.
Yeah. I still have yet to beat Dancing All Night.
I managed to beat that. That's excellent.
Yeah, I
I
remember
think
you
you'll
telling me a few
enjoy
weeks
it.
ago.
Yeah.
I just games like that are just so incredible. If you're an anime fan, I was just telling my friend a few days ago, she loves anime a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and I was trying to explain to her that and she trusts me. I'm like, look, just get Persona 5. It's gonna come out Valentine's Day. You must get it. You must play it, and I think she's gonna love it.
Oh, very cool. She has a PS4.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to honestly talk to you about my love for Persona.
Okay. Well, we need to have a Persona 5 special or something when it comes out.
Yeah, I think we should.
Or, force Frozen to talk about it, or maybe not. I don't
No,
know.
he won't. Let me explain to you something about Frozen. Frozen is he's gonna hear this, and he knows I'm not lying. He is one of the worst people at playing games. I'll put it that way. We got Giggles and I chipped in. We got him The Last of Us for Christmas. I think he's played 30 minutes, maybe an hour. Pretty sure he forgot about it. Yeah. I actually wanted to discuss the ending to Last of Us with you here, but just in case we listened to it, I didn't want him to worry about that. I gave him one of my old 3DSs, the original one, and this is the Christmas before. I got him 999. He has not really touched that at all.
That's kind of messed up.
Yeah, the thing is, here's the thing. He does not understand how great those games are. That's the thing. And it's one of those where if he ever finally gets into it, he's going to be like, oh my God, it's so good. Remember, he said, it was on the podcast, he said he would beat 999 before Zero Time Dilemma came out. I bet he forgot about it.
I'm sure he hasn't touched it.
Yeah, but I know he's playing NBA 2K16.
Yeah, and Counter-Strike or whatever the heck.
Well, CSGO, he's talked about before, I know that. But, I mean, he was kind of hating on NBA 2K16, and then he keeps playing it. I just think he forgets that he has these games.
He plays sports games? I didn't know that.
He doesn't. He doesn't. That's what's so effed up about it.
Okay.
Frozen, right. I know you're going to hear this, and I love you, man, but you got to step up and play some of the games, the gems you have underneath your nose. You have no idea.
He's just playing the stuff that doesn't matter. I don't.
Well, but you know what? Compute. I mean, the thing is, though, he ended up really enjoying the NBA 2K16. So I can't knock him for that. It's not like he was forcing himself to do it. He kept saying, "Man, there's something about it. I just can't stop playing it." And I hear that. I definitely hear that. But yeah, so he's not gonna play Persona 5. That's what I'm saying. He's not going to. But either way, I'm not gonna bring it up. Let's see what he says next week. Let's see what he says. He's like, I pre-ordered Persona 5 and I beat 999.
And he's beaten every single game we've ever played.
Yeah, he already beat all of our backlogs.
Yes.
He's like, that's why it took me so long, bitches. You've been playing the games you said you were playing.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah. So I think that'd be good for this episode. What do you think?
Yeah. I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, man.
Cool.
I thought this was a good podcast.
Well, everybody, this has been episode 40, the Brainal Podcast. We'd love it if you leave a comment, if you subscribe to not just a podcast, but our YouTube channel. Please check out our videos. We love that. We love the support. We just would love to share our love for video games with all of you. And we've already heard from a couple of you. We'd love to hear from anyone else who's listening. Until next time, I'm Jepi Condyle. It's Good Coffee. We'll see you next time on the Brainal Podcast.
Peace. All right, see you guys.